Hey everyone, Jared here. Going to do a developer vlog update for Bitfineon. It's only been a few days since the last one, but we've progressed more quickly than anticipated on the pending development items, and so I wanted to get this one out to you guys as quickly as possible. Today's date is April 14th, 2020, and let's get right into it. So this video, we're going to start off on the landing page. If you remember in the previous videos, well, the most recent one, we had the static landing page placeholder image and no animation, no additional development that had gone into it yet. So happy to report that you now can experience the animation and see how the customer experience is to be expected when someone is interacting with the landing page. We went about the landing page a little bit different than other exchanges. You know, with most exchanges, you come to the landing page, it has some kind of just like esoteric charts and just basic information that all exchanges kind of seem to copy. And we wanted to change that approach and do it a little bit different and kind of allow customers to funnel themselves to the relevant information that they're looking uh, to get. So if someone comes to the page, they want to get in-depth tutorials, they want to learn about fees or security, they can see that here in the blurb. It'll also have like a little more button where they can click to go further into the site to get complete information. And then if you mouse over the next pane, you'll see like frequently asked questions, announcements, best practices. And again, this is some of these labels or headers are placeholder text, and it will be made more relevant once the final web copy for the exchange is completed. And that's in process too. I expect that to be done within the next 5 to 7 days for 90% of the exchange, and then we'll plug that in. So as the subsequent developer updates come out, you'll notice that a lot of the Latin lorem ipsum placeholder text is actually replaced with the real web copy text that you can expect to see at launch. But yeah, I think this looks really great. The animation looks really great in my opinion. I think that the design team did a great job. Really happy with this. Let me know what you guys think. We are still in process with the landing page, really like fine tuning. There are some icons and some like text formatting and just things that'll make it even more sleek. And then the top right hand corner here where you see the icons, these will be replaced with a landing page specific icon set that will be more targeted to funneling customers to account signups and checking out the exchange page so that they can get a feel and taste of the exchange right before they sign up. No one, at least in my opinion, and personally, I don't like being, having a sign up splash page block me from seeing what the exchange is all about, right? I want to see the product, kind of get a tactile response, some tactile feedback, and know that it's something I want to spend 5 minutes signing up for, because right, we have a lot of options now. You've got to catch user interest. You've got to convert that into an actionable item and really grab someone's attention. And I think that allowing people to see more of the exchange and experience what we're about allows them or lends itself more to an account sign up and a potential customer than blocking things from their view. So I'm actually already signed in. We're going to go to the trade page or the exchange page and give you guys kind of an overview. You can see here that the backend is actually operational right now. We have an open trade. I'm actually going to cancel that position out and walk you guys through placing an order. Actually might not be able to, because prior to this video I was checking things. I think I might have exhausted the total order book. So we'll try it. If it doesn't work, I'll make sure that's available for the next video. But you can see here that everything is working. We have some formatting stuff to complete, like some icons, some spacing and stuff like that. We really want to make it really sleek and be as good as it can be at launch, but we're getting there, right? In the last video, Last developer vlog update, the buy sell on the order form had been optimized to work better, more fluidly with the slider bar, right? It was only in the previous iteration of the order form, it was only active on one side of the order book, so we had buy and sell on one in one frame, right? Now we've segregated that. We have buy sell in a tabbed window setup. So now when you interact with the slider bar, it will facilitate the full trade that you're in, or the full side of the trade that you're in. So having said that, with that last video, we had a user suggestion that we make the slider bar have user experience of when you place an order either with the slider bar, that it would update the amount and the update excuse me, that it would update the amount, and if you updated the amount, that it would move the slider bar accordingly. Well, we've implemented that change, and you can see here that if you click on 25%, right, or 50%, that it will update the total amount in the order form according to the balance you have available. Okay. Now, if you change this to, let's say, 25, you'll see that the slider bar barely moves. If you change it to, say, 55, let's see, what's the total balance here? Okay, so let's do something like 350. Now you can see that it is 9% of your total 100% balance, roughly 9%, with 9 BTC, because your total available balance is 99.9 BTC. And if we do something more substantial, like let's say 1500 Ethereum, you can see here now that it's around 39%. And conversely, if you move it up, yeah, you can see how that looks really, how that works really well now. Also, we made it to where if you click on the numbers, right, there are the percentages, right? So like 50%, it actually snaps to that amount, right? I've noticed on other competitors, they actually don't even have that simple little feature, right? I noticed that, for instance, Binance doesn't have it. Yeah, so just, thinking about these things here that we can implement based on your feedback and your suggestions. And please do continue to provide your feedback and suggestions in the Alco Discord chat. If you're not a member of our native cryptocurrency Discord server, which is called Alco, ALQO, which is an acronym for a liquid object, be sure to join that Discord server. Alco is, again, our native cryptocurrency that will have some exchange token-like properties on Bitfineon. And we're going to go into that for people who might not know about Alco and the share pool further in this video to kind of give you an idea of how that interacts with our share pool feature for Alco holders. So with this order here, I'm actually going to cancel this out. You can see your order has successfully been canceled. Let's see here if we can buy any. Let's buy ETH and see how that. Okay, so we're able to buy. Looks like we were able to buy up most of the order book, and the pending balance has moved into a buy order at the bottom of the order book. So there are no more sells, right, in the order book. We've completely wiped out the order book, and anyone who wants to dump it, who would want to dump, we have our pending order there in the order book, right? So one thing I want to show you guys is the positions page, right? When you open a position, when you buy or you sell, and you open or close a position on Bitfineon, you will have a running P&L, right? I maybe should have shown you guys this because we already had a position open with Ethereum. But as you buy and sell on Bitfineon, you will have an open or closed position for that cryptocurrency, for that asset. And you can view that in real time here, the quantity, the current USD value, your unrealized P&L or gain and loss, and your realized gain and loss, right? Obviously, in an open position, if you don't sell any, you're not going to have any realized gain or loss. So that right now is 0, average buy price, and your last buy price, right? Um, we also, and you may have noticed if you watched previous videos that there was a sparkline graph to the right, or maybe it was to the left of the symbol. That'll be implemented back into the front end here. Right now, it's being refactored and made to just look better. So that'll be active in the next one. We don't have any closed positions because actually we have no way to sell into the order book right now because uh, we're the only customer, right? So we can't. There's nothing active in the order book for us to sell into. So unfortunately, I can't show you guys that, but it's pretty cool. I think that we're actually one of the only exchanges, if not the only exchange, spot exchange that will have like this type of P&L. It took some unique or custom logic built out on the back end to facilitate this. It's a pretty simple feature. I mean, most stock brokerage firms have this stuff, right? But in crypto, it's a little bit different. The way assets and coins and whatnot function as opposed to a stock. So we had to think through the math, and we came to a really great formula that I think is going to allow people who are, holding open positions to really benefit from a running P&L. It's something pretty relevant or pretty prevalent rather on futures exchanges, and we wanted to see that implemented in a spot exchange, and so hence you have positions on Bitfineon. And I'd like to give a shout out to Kevin Lambert for his suggestion here, for instituting that, for suggesting this feature for everyone. I think this turned out really well. Now, going back to the trading page real quick, we've made a couple of little UI updates. Like we removed down here in the watch list, there was like a recurring Bitfineon tag. Now it just gives the currency tag. Currency pair. And again, you have, let's see. Okay, great. So we have some trades. The previous trade here that was done before the video started. Order history. You can see partially filled here, canceled pending, right? That's our open order form. And then our portfolio shows here the balances of all the coins we have. And I think you're really starting to see what a final product looks like, for Bitfineon. And, look over this, guys. Pause the video if you want. Look at it. Tell me what you like, what you dislike, where we can improve. Happy to, again, take everyone's suggestions into consideration, and where we can improve Bitfineon, we definitely will be implementing your suggestions. Moving on to the wallet page here, we have done quite a bit of work on the wallet page. We still are finalizing the profit and loss tab, which will be to the right of the transactions here, which is obviously you can see has been updated with crypto transactions for this account. And I think you can expect to see the P&L in maybe not the next video, but the second or third video from now, when we're really closing out all the last little items that require us to make sure that they're perfect. P&L, you want to make sure the math's right, so you're not giving people wrong analytics for their trades and their trading activity, right, on the exchange. So I want to make sure that stuff's perfect. But you can see here that things are really coming along. We have Alco added now with the new icon up there. It's the first one you can see. And we have a balance of 6,945 XLQ for a total notional value of $229.26. If you want to round up, 27 cents. You see the Alco price currently is $1.35 since last month. The appreciation in SAT value and Bitcoin value since last month, the percentage increase represented there as the third metric, third analytic. But yeah, you can see here that in Bitcoin wallet, we have 99 Bitcoins for a total value of 673,000. Wouldn't that be great? 112 Ethereum for roughly 17,500 USD value. And again, these values can change if you want to see it in your native currency. So if you want to change it to euro, you'll have that option to do that. And maybe we'll go through that here in a second. But I want to show you guys just how the, oops, alrighty. If that's actually going to be another feature. So if you click on the coin name, it'll take you to like a what's a like a coin market cap or coin gecko type page, right, where you'll be able to see like some data for history, for price movements, launch date, kind of a quick synopsis of the tech premise of the coin, so on and so forth. So that stuff is in process as well. But going back to here, I did it again. Click on pending, or you use the arrow, or click anywhere else. You'll get a drop down here with the currency, the type of the transaction, whether it's a withdrawal or deposit, the amount of the transaction, your transaction hash. When this is live, the transaction hash will actually be a link to a relevant blockchain explorer for that currency, and you'll be able to check whatever you need to check on the explorer if you need to do that, and the status of the transaction, where it is in the process of being initiated, pending, or completed, right? Rejected if for some reason if we need to reject a withdrawal or deposit or whatever, right? Maybe the customer. Let me think of a scenario real quick. Maybe the customer went over their 2 Bitcoin per day withdrawal limit, and they tried to withdraw, and they haven't KYC'd yet. That would be a rejected transaction type possibly. We haven't talked a lot about KYC, but I guess since I've mentioned it there, it's worth kind of taking a sidebar moment and saying that Bitfineon will have unlimited crypto deposits without KYC, right? And you'll be able to do unlimited crypto to crypto trading. There will be a 2 Bitcoin value per day withdrawal limit on crypto before you have to KYC. So very similar to some other exchange models that you've seen, like Binance, KuCoin, and some of these other bigger exchanges, and we're adopting that business model in ours, right? However, if you do any kind of fiat trading, because we have to comply, with anti-money laundering laws, you'll have to KYC for those, right? And we do have third-party fiat on-ramps integrated into Bitfineon. I spoke about those in the last developer update. Again, MoonPay, Mercuro, and Banksa, and they all have their own integrated KYC process. We're trying to work with them right now to get that so that if you KYC for one, that can be passed back and forth on the back end, so you don't have to complete that process multiple times. But yeah, pretty painless, pretty normal expectation for KYC on our exchange when dealing with fiat as like another fiat-enabled exchange, right? But crypto to crypto, unlimited deposits, no KYC. And then if you want to withdraw more than 2 Bitcoin per day in crypto, you'll have to KYC over that amount. So I think that's pretty cool. A lot of crypto exchanges are coming out right now, and they're making a mandatory KYC for everyone. We're operating where we can in jurisdictions that allow this business model to thrive, and that's how we're setting up. Obviously, we won't be active for USD residents, United States residents, and anywhere else where prohibited by law. So you'll need to pay attention when signing up on Bitfineon whether or not you fall in one of those jurisdictions. And as crypto regulations, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but as crypto regulations update and change, we'll serve more of those jurisdictions possibly. And then US eventually, as we become licensed, we'll have a platform that will serve those clients as well. Let's move on to the share pool here. So the share pool is our native cryptocurrency ALCO, I guess, profit sharing um, feature. We call it the share pool because we're sharing in the pool of profits, right, that we're collecting from all of the trading fees that Bitfineon generates from trading activity and volume on our platform. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Prior to this video, it hadn't been active, and I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what a staking process looks like. But before I do that, again, share pool allows people who hold or buy and hold XLQ or ALCO, XLQ is our ticker, to participate in earning up to their share of 50% of all of the profits that we take in or on Bitfineon, again from that trading volume and eligible trading fees. So if we do, let's say we do 50 million in net profit in a month, so 25 million of that approximately can be expected to be redistributed back to XLQ holders via the share pool, which, makes this a very attractive, potentially a very attractive, I don't want to use, words like investment and stuff like that because it's, but you can take part in the share pool, and as our success on Bitfineon grows, you can expect to take part in that success, right, in payouts in XLQ, right? So let's walk through what a typical stake looks like. We have 6,945 XLQ in our wallet. We have a 1 month and a 3 month stake. The first one for 555 ALCO. You can see here that I staked it prior to this video earlier today. Has time remaining of a month. It expires and will issue its payouts on May 14th. This one is a 3 month, so 3 months from today will be, oh my goodness, what is that, July 13th, and the total amount of ALCO staked in this period is 2,500. The total the total payouts will be active when the term length and projected ROI is active. All right, so right now it shows 0, but it would show the amount of XLQ that you can expect to be paid out at the end of that period. So let's do a 6 month. Let's add in 1,000, right? Because we're going to have for people who stake for 6 months, we're going to have an additional incentive for them locking in their XLQ to the share pool for that length of time. An additional incentive for them to earn a percentage off all of their trading fees, right? Because they're taking on more long-term risk, right? With staking for that length of time, they're putting a larger degree of faith into our ecosystem and really, becoming a long-term holder, at least for 6 months of XLQ. So we want to incentivize and reward those people for, their belief in us. So we're going to be incentivizing them and rewarding them through an additional trading fee discount. So let's say this guy wants to stake 1,500. He's going to agree to the terms and service. He's going to go to submit. And before we do this, I want you to take note of the current share pool balance of $100.85. The percentage of the total share pool that your stake represents, right? I'm the only one staking right now, so it's 75% of the total share pool. And then again, those analytics at the bottom for ALCO. Going back to this pop-up, this confirmation pop-up, you'll see just the final confirmation that you need to verify that this is the amount of ALCO that you want to stake and the term is correct. Because once you lock in this amount of ALCO for that term, you cannot cancel the term. It's locked. All right. If it's all agreeable, you press submit. If you made a mistake, maybe you fat fingered and made it 15,000 instead of 1,500 when you had 20K XLQ in your balance, and you only want to do 1,500, make sure you hit cancel. If you hit submit, you'll notice that the stake was successfully added and that it populates in your current stakes there with a stake term of 6 months, time remaining of 6 months, which it'll give us the date of October 11th, 2020, and the total XLQ in that stake period. Once the term lengths of the projected ROI in the top right-hand corner is finally active or finally activated, you'll see that those numbers and those percentages update accordingly. All right. So yeah, the share pool page and backend stuff is 99.9% completed. We've got to update the legalese here for the terms of service. Right now it's just some placeholder text. Oh, and then down here we have some Latin text for a overview disclosure. But yeah, I think this came out really well. I'm super excited to see the Alco ecosystem grow and have people partake in the share pool and really, you know, um, grow both Bitfineon and Alco together, right? Because they are bonded together. If you've been an Alco community member for a long time, we've been on the market, as a cryptocurrency for 2+ years. Bitfineon is here to support the Alco ecosystem as much as Alco is here to support Bitfineon. So again, take a look at Alco if you're landing on Bitfineon.com and you didn't know about Alco before. You can go to alco.app. That's alco.app. alqo.app is our website, and we'll be launching a revamped website in the next couple of weeks that'll give a complete overview of the total roadmap, a nice share pool overview video that will kind of condense down my rant into a more digestible amount. And yeah, I think this video is maybe getting a little bit longer than anticipated, but I think it was needed. But that's it. Yeah, guys, drop comments, questions in the Alco chat. Let me know what you guys think. Suggestions, criticisms. Looking forward to hearing about what you guys think. Talk to you later.